Hello, it's Uncle Gazza again to help you through the coronavirus crisis. We'll start today with Uncle Gazza's mailbag. Now, I have received a letter today from Ray of Sunshine. Ray writes, "Dear Uncle Gazza, your jokes and stories are just great. How do you remember them all?" Great question, Ray from Sunshine. Well, I categorise them all. For example, all my dog jokes categorised under K9. Ray of Sunshine continues and says, "I have some Scottish heritage. Is there any way that you could tell a Scottish joke?" Well, indeed I can, Ray of Sunshine. I do have a Scottish story to tell you. Well, there was this young man from Edinburgh, Scotland. He decided to leave home, and he was living with his mum, and he said, "Mum, I just want to go to Australia and start a new life and see how I can go. I'll probably stay for about 2 years. I'll get a job, get an apartment and see what the life is like." She said, "Great idea, just go out and explore the world a bit." So he came to Melbourne, Australia. He started living here, and after a month he was in his apartment and he got a phone call from his mother and said, "Angus, we haven't spoken for a while. I just wondered how you're going. Have you settled into Melbourne, Australia?" He said, "Yeah, look, I certainly have, Mum. It's really nice here." "Oh, that's great. Have you found a job?" I said, No, not yet. I'm applying for a number of jobs. I've got some interviews next week." "Oh, that's really good. But what about an apartment? Have you found yourself an apartment?" I said, "Yeah, I've got a lovely apartment. It's a 9-storey apartment block and I'm on the 6th floor." She said, "Oh, that's great. Great views and everything." "Oh, fantastic." Then she asked him, "Well, what about the other people living in the other apartments? Are they nice people?" He said, "Well, that's where the problem is." She said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, look, there's a man upstairs. He keeps jumping and stomping on the floor." "Oh." "And there's another guy on the other side of my apartment. He's always banging on the walls, yelling and screaming." "Wow." "And there's a lady downstairs. She keeps making noises, and I think she's hitting the roof or the ceiling with a broomstick and screaming." She said, "Oh, that's terrible." I said, "Yeah, I know. Look, I'll give you some advice. Just stay away from those people." He said, "That's what I'm doing. I just lock myself up in my apartment. I just play my bagpipes." Well, that's all from Uncle Gazza today. Have a great day. Bye. Hi everyone, it's Uncle Gazza again, helping you survive the coronavirus crisis. We'll start again with the Uncle Gazza's mailbag. I've been getting many letters. I've got one here from Jacinta from Deer Park, and she writes, "I enjoy watching the Uncle Gazza segments, but I noticed in the last episode, Sue the toilet roll has disappeared. Has she gone to where I think she has gone?" Matter of fact, I've had a lot of letters about this, and a lot of people are very upset. And what has happened to Sue? I know what you're all thinking, and look, let me explain. Matter of fact, turns out she fell off the desk table, and she's okay. There's no damage. So Lou is happy to see Sue again. Aww. Got a few thoughts for you. What happens when ice gets mad? Give up? It has a meltdown. What sound does a nut make when it sneezes? Give up? It says cashew. My next door neighbour wanted to become a plumber, and he never fulfilled that opportunity because it was just a pipe dream. I went to the letterbox yesterday, and there was a man walking past and he had a glass of milk in his hand. And as he went past me, he just threw it all over me. And I thought to myself, how dare he? What did the green grape say to the purple grape? Give up? He said, breathe! And when I was at the letterbox just today, I saw this man crossing the road and he had a bag of Scrabble tiles. And as he was crossing the road, the bag broke and all the Scrabble tiles fell over the road. So I walked up to him and I said, what's the word on the street? Well, that's Uncle Gazza for one more episode. See you again next time. Bye. Hello, it's Uncle Gazza again, helping you survive the coronavirus crisis. I'm going to start today by looking at Uncle Gazza's mailbag. I've got a letter today from Heather from Essendon. And she writes, Dear Uncle Gazza, I love your show. I particularly like the times where you give us some helpful hints, particularly on mathematics and shopping. I was wondering, would you have any helpful hints to do with health, healthy living and staying safe? Great question, Heather. In fact, Uncle Gazza can help with that. If you're not feeling well, it's always good to go and visit a doctor, which I did a couple of weeks ago. I went into the doctor's surgery, met the doctor, and asked him, do you have anything for wind? He said, I sure do, and he handed me a kite. Another time I went to the doctor, he asked me what the problem was. I said, well, I've broken a finger on my left hand. He looked at me and he said, well, on the other hand, you look quite fine. My neighbour had a problem. He fell over and he broke his leg in 2 places. So he rang the doctor. He said, Doctor, I've fallen and I've broken my leg in 2 places. What should I do? He said, well, the first thing is don't ever go back to those 2 places. I'm talking about falling. This morning I tripped over a Kleenex box that was left just in the walkway. I thought I broke my ankle, but fortunately it was just soft tissue damage. Got a question for you. What happens if you fall over, fall on your face and you chip a tooth? What do you call that? Give up? You call that accidental. And my other neighbour was watching a movie with his wife last night. So they sat down on the couch watching a movie and she put down a bowl of chips to munch on. So my neighbour, he reached over to grab some chips. But what he'd forgotten was that there was a bowl next to those chips, a bowl of Scrabble tiles. They'd been playing Scrabble earlier that evening. So when he reached over to grab some chips, he grabbed a whole heap of Scrabble tiles. He put them straight in his mouth and swallowed them, which is not too good. But I guess his next visit to the bathroom will spell disaster. Well, that's all for now from Uncle Gazza. Hopefully that's helped you along with some health tips. Until next time, see you soon. Hello once again, it's Uncle Gazza, here to help you through the coronavirus crisis. I'll start with Uncle Gazza's mailbag. I received a letter today. This is from Braden Sunbury. Braden writes, Dear Uncle Gazza, love your show. A real pity it doesn't go longer. My mum won't let me play baseball in the house. What else can I do indoors? Well, Braden of Sunbury, there is plenty to do indoors. Plenty of activities, you can play games and do lots of things. Let's give you some examples. Well, Monopoly, that's something you can play, a Monopoly board game. The only thing wrong with Monopoly is that why is it only one company is allowed to produce that game? Then there's crosswords. You could fill in some crosswords. That's a great thing to do. In fact, I met the inventor of crosswords very recently. Now, I can't remember his name, but I do recall his first name is 6 letters beginning with P, and his surname begins with a T and has 8 letters. Then there's origami. Now there's an advantage of doing easy origami. In fact, the advantage is twofold. Jigsaw puzzles. Now this is something you could do. Now my neighbour was telling me the other day, we were talking over the back fence, and he said, look, I've been working on this jigsaw puzzle for 6 months. I said, how many pieces is it? He said, 1,000. Surely that shouldn't take you 6 months. He said, no, it's pretty much, I'm doing really well. I said, how's that? He said, well, on the front of the box it says 5 to 10 years. Then my other neighbour rang me the other day and said, well, Gary, I'm having lots of trouble with this new jigsaw puzzle I bought. So, okay, well, what's happening? I've taken a week spending time on it, and I haven't even got one piece in place. I said, surely not. How many pieces? Oh, it's about 1,000, I think. Oh, well, what's the picture on the box? He said, oh, it's a big rooster. Oh. So I'm not sure why you can't get started. He said, I can't even get, what about the straight edges? No, you haven't got any of them. Do you want me to come over and have a look? He said, yeah, please do. And so I came over, had a look at all the pieces on the table, probably 1,000. And he couldn't get it started. And he said, well, Uncle Gazza, what should I do? I said, well, can you show me the box? He showed me the box. I said, well, this is what you do. Just pack all the pieces back into the box. I said, then what do I do? He said, well, in the morning you can eat your cornflakes then. Well, hopefully, Braden and Sunbury, I've helped you with a few ideas what to do indoors. And it's bye for now. Hi, it's Uncle Gazza again to help you through the coronavirus crisis. We'll start with Uncle Gazza's mailbag, and I did receive a letter again today, and this is from Madeline of St Albans, and she writes, Uncle Gazza, you have now become a superstar. There's a lot we don't know about you. Is there a sweetheart in your life? Well, thank you, Madeline from St Albans. In fact, I do have a sweetheart. And that's my wife, Auntie Gazza. What a wonderful lady she is. We get on so well, especially through the coronavirus crisis. She makes me lots of cups of tea. But when she was younger, she was a anaesthetist. In fact, she was a local girl. We actually met in a revolving door. After that, we started going around together. But Auntie Gazza and I do have our moments. Last week, she asked me to pass her lipstick, which I thought I did, but inadvertently I passed her the glue stick, and she used it. And I can't work out why she's still not talking to me. And just yesterday, Auntie Gazza sold our vacuum cleaner. She sold it on eBay. And I asked her, why would you do that? She said, well, it was only gathering dust. But marriage is wonderful. Oh, if you're in love, get married. In fact, there were 238,375 people that got married in Australia last year. It got me thinking, shouldn't that be an even number? Well, hopefully I've encouraged you about love and marriage. And it's bye for now from Uncle Gazza.
Oh, Gary!
Hello, it's Uncle Gazza again, here to help you through the coronavirus crisis. We'll start with a letter from Uncle Gazza's mailbag. I've received one today. This is a letter from Michelle of St Albans, and she writes, I've read on social media the large television networks are circling around trying to offer you your own TV show during prime time. Is this true? Well, Michelle from St Albans, I'm quite flattered to receive that letter. But look, first of all, my commitment is to the Growth Show. It's true that No, I'm still negotiating with the executive producer of the Grow Show, but you know, my commitment is here. And look, there's lots written in the papers and been written in social media. So I just suggest you just don't worry about them. You know, I'm here for the time, for good, at the Grow Show. Which got a few thoughts to present to you today. Why did the old man fall down the well? Give up? Because he couldn't see that well. What do you get when you cross an electric eel with a sponge? Give up? You get a shock absorber. What do you get when you cross a turkey with an octopus? Give up? Finally, enough drumsticks for everyone to have at Christmas time. How do you organise a trip to outer space? Give up? You just plan it. What are the favourite letters of a pirate? Give up? It's the letter C and the letter R. Finally, a baby chicken walked back to its mother's nest and he saw an orange sitting there in the nest. What do you think he said? Give up? Look at the orange marmalade. Well, that's all for now from Uncle Gazza. It's bye for now.